No cześć, witam bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony Nim. Zaczynamy już kolejny odcinek z Spellforce 3 w drogę ku elfom. No dobra. Wybrałem elfy, więc zobaczymy, czy wybrałem dobrze. Dobra, no to ruszamy.
So, this'll be our base, won't it?
I guess so. Yes.
Nihalf's hammer. How about a tad more enthusiasm? We're in the ancient city of the Shapers. If anything, we should feel honored.
Well, let's just hope the city's defenses work better for us than they did for them.
I'll take care of that. Above all, we need allies.
We'll find them.
Gratulacje, udało Ci się odnaleźć Mulandir, święte miasto zmiennokształtnych i zarazem Twoją główną bazę operacyjną. W trakcie przygód napotkasz nowe osoby i frakcje, które mogą zechcieć wraz z Tobą pokonać krwawą gorączkę. Każda z nich rozbije swój obóz w Mulandirze lub w Nexusie. Pamiętaj, aby od czasu do czasu z każdym zamienić parę słów. Nie tylko dowiesz od nich czegoś interesującego, zwłaszcza od towarzyszy, lecz także będziesz w stanie z nimi handlować lub zdobyć od nich unikalne ulepszenia dla swojej armii. Czyli będziemy mieli armię. Dobrze. Co my tu mamy? No dobra. Zyskaj sojuszników u elfów, ludzi, krasnoludów już mam, orkach. Zyskaj przynajmniej jednego sojusznika. Przynieś królowi goblinów goblinie mięso. Porozmawiaj z Isgrimem, porozmawiaj z Irią. No dobra. Po cholerę ja wyszedłem z Nexusa, jak muszę do niego wrócić. To jest crazy. Porozmawiam najpierw z nią, później z nim. Zobaczymy, co to będzie. Mam nadzieję, że oni się przyłączą z powrotem, bo samemu będzie bardzo, bardzo ciężko.
So, this is it, isn't it? Our base of operations?
So it seems.
An ancient Shaper city on a quest to find a cure for the blood burn. And we're working for the purity of light. Sounds crazy if you say it like that. Just some weeks ago, I thought I'd be in Greyfell now, trying to make a fresh start as an innkeep.
Innkeep? You?
Hey, don't laugh. What's wrong with some honest work after years of defiling on the road? Getting up early in the morning, setting the tables, serving mulled wine and stew to tired, weary souls. Just a simple, honest life.
Innkeeping is fun, until you find yourself on your knees at dawn, clearing up the puddles of vomit and beer these tired, weary souls left behind when they were done carousing.
Quite the cynic, aren't you?
So, you'd leave it all behind? The adventuring?
You know. People always act as if these decisions are final. The only way to find out how much I'd like that kind of life is by taking a chance, isn't it? And if one day I wake up and find myself in need of a change, I can still pack up my things and hit the road again. Upsides of elven blood. There's plenty of time.
For what it's worth, I enjoy your company.
Sure you do. Who else would patch you up after the next monumental battle? Anyway, Talk later, shall we? I'm sure you've got battles to prepare.
Okej. Bardzo przyjazna rozmowa. Teraz porozmawiamy z krasnoludem. Dobrze, że pokonałem w pierwszej chwili te wszystkie stwory, które tutaj były. Bo jak widzimy, teraz trzeba się... Teraz miałbym problem z nimi. Gdybym wcześniej tego nie zrobił. No i poznajemy naszych kompanów bardziej, bliżej, lepiej.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological prowess remains unrivaled. One thing is clear. None of their marvels would have been possible without an incredible amount of magical energy. According to Iskrim, this is it. The heart of the Nexus. The source of the Shaper's power.
Dobra. Czyli mamy za przyjaciela elfkę i krasnoluda. Bardzo mnie to cieszy. Nie ograniczamy się do jednej osoby, jednej rasy. Do tego dojdzie jeszcze ork, szaman.
Ah, Tahar. How nice of you to come by.
Made yourself comfortable?
Comfortable? Believe me, being comfortable is the last thing on my mind right now. Just look at this place. A Shaper city. Don't you feel it too? This sense of divinity?
You seem to be quite excited to be here.
Why, of course I am. Tahar, I'm not sure if you understand how much this means to me. The forgotten city of Mullendir, the heritage of the Shapers. Since my childhood days, I've dreamed of this. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, thank you. You and the Harbinger have made this dream come true.
Well, all we did was save you from the orcs. You were the one who found the entrance.
You make it sound as if saving me from those greenskins was an easy feat. It wasn't. Anything else I can help you with? If not, I'd like to take another look at that rune Lacane gave us. It's at least as amazing as this place.
That armor you're wearing looks quite special. Is it from Windwall?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's from Windwall. I forged it myself. Why do you ask?
Well, our smiths might be able to forge you a better one. It looks quite worn.
What? No. No, that's not gonna happen.
Why not?
It means something to me. But if it's my protection you're worried about, I can do some work on it myself. You'd have to cover the expenses, though. I'm a bit short on material these days.
Fair enough. I'll let you know if I have some resources to spare.
Yeah, do you need something? I'm a tad busy.
Found out anything new about the rune?
Well, so far all I can say is that what Lacane has given you is indeed a Shaper artifact, as we suspected. Now, I would write all this purity talk of the rune being a gift of Aenir off as religious nonsense if it weren't for the fact that the rune's energy actually interacts with the Godstones, shrines of Aenir.
Which means that the Shapers and Aenir are somehow connected.
Somehow, yes. And I'll find out how.
I've been meaning to ask you, how does a dwarf end up so far from the Windwall Mountains?
Let's not talk about this now, shall we? Maybe later.
All right, sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No sweat, Tahar. It's fine.
How does one make a living as an archaeologist?
Good question. One I usually prefer not to think or talk about. To be honest, it's a tough life. For some obscure reason, only very few scholars take interest in the Shaper or the Hibernian culture, even though there is so much to be found. It's a shame.
Like what? What is there to be found?
What? You mean apart from monumental steel constructs, ghost warriors, and a city full of ancient secrets to be discovered? A lot. But that's another topic.
How do you explain that lack of interest?
Well, what do you think? Ignorance. No matter if it's orcs, elves, dwarves, or humans. We're all terribly bad at learning from the past. Blasted, there's so much to be found, so much to be explored. Not just riches, but the technology, wisdom, and ancient secrets. But no, for some reason, the people with the coin just don't care. The only ones who even try to access this treasure are incompetent amateur treasure hunters, who usually get their heads chopped off by the first defense mechanism they walk into.
True. It's a pity.
Well, I suppose that answers your question. The life of an archaeologist is hard, and there have been times where I questioned if... well, if all the sacrifices I've made were worth it. Yet, here I am now.
What are your thoughts on the Harbinger, Rondar Lacane?
Well, he's my employer. Without him, I wouldn't be on this mission. Or, what do you mean?
I was trying to say, how do you feel about what he stands for? The purity of light, Aeonir's return.
Oh, that. I'm not certain I have an opinion on these matters.
All right, then. There's something I've been wondering about. How did your cooperation with the Harbinger begin?
Well, that was simple. I was in Everlight at the time, on request of the nobleman. He'd hired me to do some work on an artifact collection of his. One night, a courier contacted me and gave me a letter. The message outlined the mission and the pay, even though the latter was almost irrelevant to me once I realized what it was that Lacane wanted me to find.
Molandir.
Yeah, you know the rest of the story.
That armor you're wearing looks quite special. Is it from Windwall?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's from Windwall.
Well, our smiths might be able to forge you...
What? No.
Why not?
It means something to me.
Fair enough. I'll let you know if I have some resources to spare. Found out anything new about the route?
Well, so far, all I can say is that what
Przepraszam.
Lacane has given you... Now, I would write all this...
Which means that the Shapers and Aeonir are somehow connected.
Somehow, yes. And I'll find out how.
Goodbye. What do we need?
Jeszcze pójdziemy do dziewczyny pogadać, bo widzę, że są jeszcze opcje dialogowe. No i co? I ruszymy dalej w podróż. Najpierw na pewno pójdę do elfów, później do ludzi. Na końcu do orka. Jakoś nigdy orkom nie wierzyłem. Nigdy za nimi nie przepadałem. Pomimo, że grałem nimi w Warcraftie 3 cały czas. Co ciekawe, tutaj leży jakaś kobitka na ołtarzu. Niewiele brakuje do poziomu.
Corporal? Need anything?
You never told me why you fled Finn and Mir.
Oh, well, that's a long story. One I'd rather not discuss now, if you don't mind.
All right. Then maybe another time.
Yes, maybe. Corporal? Need anything?
Could you tell me a bit more about your homeland? Finn and Mir?
Well, it's not my homeland anymore, but yeah, shoot.
How is human culture different from elven culture?
I assume you mean Nortander from Finn and Mir? There isn't one elven culture, as little as there's just the humans. Generally spoken, though, I wouldn't say they're too different. Especially not compared to the orcs. Life is a lot slower, mainly due to our lifespan, and elves are even more defined by tradition than humans. They revere nature and value tradition and rules above all else, and they are extremely aware of what they say, how they say it, and to whom. Which also makes it very easy to offend an elf. I'm an exception in that regard, but that was something my vagrant years taught me. But then again, not all elves are like that. There are some who care as little about Ellen the White Tree and the traditions as a troll cares about his morning toilet.
Elves have a very long lifespan. What's it like to live for so long?
Hard to say, since I don't know what a human body feels like. As an elf, you simply take it for granted. When I first realized how short a human life is during my travels, I was baffled. I've been on this world for 39 years now, and in the elven world, I'm hardly considered an adult. Here, I'd have delivered my 7th child by now. It's strange. That's the best way to describe it. But you know what I eventually came to realize?
Tell me.
That age doesn't necessarily make you wiser. I've talked to 30-year-old humans who understood more of the world than the ancient seers of Finn and Mir. It's all about experiences.
What role does magic play among elves?
It's everywhere. Magic is considered a gift of Ellen, and it defines your standing in every possible way. We may have talked about that already, but the whole council, who runs the country, is made up of mages. Which is why the Purity will have a hard time finding followers in Finn and Mir, should they ever be naive enough to try.
I doubt that will ever happen. Interesting. There was something else I wanted to ask.
Sure. What?
This might sound odd, but why did you join me? It was me the Harbinger wanted.
Why are you asking? If you want me to leave, you can just say it. No hard feelings.
No, I just want to understand. You've been putting yourself in a lot of danger for our cause.
I guess so. Well, I hate to disappoint, but I don't think there's a particular reason. As you pointed out in the prison, I'm a fugitive as much as you are, and my best chance of survival was sticking with you.
How are you holding up?
I think I'm good. And you? You're the pariah carrying out Aeonir's will, not me.
I'm getting by.
Aren't we all? So, can I help you with something?
Understood.
Czemu nie mogę zakończyć tej rozmowy? Dobra. Się skończyła właśnie. Mam posunąć główny wątek dalej. Tylko
Got it.
jak to zrobić? Tu coś mi mruga. Ten jeszcze jest nieaktywowany. No dobra.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and
To już
technological
słyszeliśmy
prowess remains
wielokrotnie.
unrivaled.
To już wielokrotnie słyszeliśmy. Czy jest coś tutaj, co mogę jeszcze zrobić? Czy coś tu mogę kliknąć? Jeszcze zobaczymy.
Tahar, May I help you with something?
Goodbye.
Się już nic nie dowiem od niego. Czy tutaj coś jeszcze jest? Tu nic nie ma. Jądro też nic nie robi. No dobra. No dobra. Trzeba się stąd ruszyć chyba, nie? Zobaczyć. Chyba, że tu coś mogę jeszcze zrobić. Aktywuję sobie jeszcze to. Jeszcze ten kamień
Let's see.
aktywuję. No dobra. Naszła mi jeszcze jedna pewna myśl. Że mogę skorzystać z tej mapy. Chyba tam. Chyba tak trzeba zrobić. Chyba z tej mapy trzeba skorzystać będzie. Albo i nie, zobaczymy. Zobaczymy, kliknę tam. Echa przyszłości. No, ewidentnie tutaj coś jest. Tylko co? Dobra, przejdę najpierw tu. Podejdę tutaj. Że tu coś jest. Tu jest skrzynka, której nie zauważyłem wcześniej.
Understood.
Ewidentnie tutaj jest, tylko co? Posuń główne zadanie naprzód. Ale jak ja mam to zrobić?
To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological prowess remains unrivaled.
Co ja mam tu zrobić? Czyli najpierw muszę to zrobić, tak? Dobra. Pozyskać sojuszników. Z tego wynika. Żeby przesunąć główne zadanie naprzód. Dobra. Tylko teraz gdzie? Jak ja mam to zrobić? Jak stąd wyjść ogólnie?
Yes?
No dobra. A jakbym kliknął na łóżko,
Interesting.
to co wtedy?
Got it. Will do. Now would you look at that? Got it.
Dobra, czyli z tego nic nie wyjdzie. Czyli tutaj.
Mm-hmm.
Dobra. Chyba tu kliknąć trzeba, żeby się stąd wydostać. Zobaczymy.
We'll hold our ground. Wait. Wait.
Dziwne. Co ja muszę teraz zrobić? Tak, tylko że tu jest tylko przesuń główne zadanie do przodu, ale jak ja mam to zrobić? Nie mogę jakoś, nie mogę stąd wyjść zupełnie. Osiem, 10. Mapa.
Yes?
Zarąbiście użył. Tu nic nie ma. Jest tylko tutaj. Zaczyna mnie to powoli irytować. Naprawdę. Tu jeszcze jest jedna.
What do we need?
Commander?
Yes?
I'm ready.
Commander.
Awaiting your orders.
Huh? Need
Say the
scouting?
word.
What do you need?
What?
Soon enough, boys. Soon enough.
Pale-skin.
Zobaczymy, czy się uruchomi. Dobra.
What's next?
Na razie się nie uruchamia.
Understood. Yes.
Kurde, wciąż wsadu użyją. Muszę to chyba zmienić za chwilę. Mamy 18:15. Dobra. Dobrze. Czyli się udało w końcu. Aż mi się błagać i chce. Czyli trzeba było po prostu nacisnąć globusik na mapę świata i by było tyle. No. I to by było tyle. No. W poszukiwaniach teraz, no. Zapraszam na kolejny odcinek za chwilę. Pozdrowienia dla YouTube'a.